Best naturally aspirated engines in history. A naturally aspirated engine is an engine that relies solely on atmospheric pressure for air intake rather than forced induction through a turbocharger or supercharger. The last engine on the list is an absolute beast that could accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just about 3 seconds. Number 1. BMW S14 B25 Inline-4. The BMW S14 is a 4-cylinder petrol engine that was used in the E30 M3. By 1990, BMW noticed that its M3 could barely keep up with cars in its own category. To correct the problem, BMW homologated the Evo 3 M3 and created 600 road-going M3 known as Sport Evolution models. They were driven by a 2.5-litre version of the S14 with 235 horsepower. Number 2. Chevrolet LS1 V8. Chevrolet LS1 or General Motors LS1 is a small block, affordable, 5.7-litre engine that was popular in being highly used to swap engines that came originally with many cars due to the performance gains it gives. It debuted back in 1997 on the Corvette C5 when it was rated at 345 horsepower, but it went up to 350 horsepower. Number 3. Honda F20C Inline-4. Honda's F20C is a 2.0-litre inline-4 engine designed for use in the Honda S2000. It was manufactured between 1999 and 2009. The F20C produced 247 horsepower thanks to titanium connecting rods and cylinder wall sliders. It accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds and tops out at 150 miles per hour. Number 4. Ford Flathead V8. In 1932, Ford introduced the Flathead V8 on an economy car available for masses. It powered multiple car models that were known as the Ford V8 car. Ford was able to create a demand for the eponymous V8 model at that time. Producing 65 horsepower and 76 miles per hour as a top speed, this was great at that time. Number 5. Toyota 1LR-GUE. It's a 4.8-litre V10 piston engine, designed by Toyota for the Lexus LFA sports car from 2010 to 2012. It can be called a piece of art nowadays since Yamaha's music division was contracted to create the car's exhaust engine, with its note described as the roar of an angel by the engineers behind it. The Lexus LFA has up to 552 horsepower and can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds, with a maximum speed of 202 miles per hour. Number 6. Ferrari Colombo V12. The Colombo V12 engine has built the name Ferrari. In 1962, the most famous of Colombo's V12 debut, known as the Typo 168-62 V12, would power just about any Ferrari 250 road and race car made throughout the 50s and 60s, including the coveted 250 GTO. It produced up to 296 horsepower and accelerated to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds, reaching a top speed of 174 miles per hour. Number 7. Porsche Major 4.0-litre Flat 6. It is a 4-litre, 24-valve boxer flat 6 engine that was launched in 2011. It powered the final evolution of the Porsche 997 GT3. Only 600 units of it were produced in total. Many considered it to be the best GT3 of all time because it grazed the line between rawness and innovation before turbocharging arrived with the 991 generation. It has 500 horsepower and can go to 62 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds, with a maximum speed of 193 miles per hour. Number 8. BMW S72. The McLaren F1 was powered by the 6.1 litres BMW S72 V12 naturally aspirated engine from 1993 to 1998. Initially, Honda, McLaren's engine supplier in F1 in the late 1980s, was expected to supply the engine, but the Japanese manufacturer had nothing that could meet McLaren's specifications. It produced 618 horsepower and a maximum speed of 240 miles per hour and can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds. Number 9. Porsche 5.7-litre 980/01 V10. It's the Porsche Carrera GT, which was manufactured by German automobile manufacturer Porsche from 2004 to 2007. Even if it lacked much of the electronic aids used on modern supercars, the Carrera GT would have been something remarkable. The Carrera GT is powered by a 5.7-litre V10 engine that produces 603 horsepower. This beast could accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds and reach 208 miles per hour as a top speed. Number 10. Mercedes-AMG 6.2-litre M159 V8. The M159 is a variant used in the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. This engine has powered the AMG Black Series model, which was produced until 2014, generated a stunning 622 horsepower. The engine typically identified the character of the SLS AMG Black Series, transforming it into one of the most iconic supercar beasts, a true muscle car with gull-wing doors and a fancy aerodynamic set. It deserves to be here for that, as well as for its widespread use over the last half-decade. This engine drives the AMG to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds and reaches 196 miles per hour as a top speed. Do you think naturally aspirated engines will still have place in modern upcoming cars? And what engines do you think deserves to be on the list?